Guess I play semi-pro, right?
No, man, you worse. You Sunday League.
Hello and welcome to the Sunday League podcast presented by Small World Media, your home for all things MLB and Fantasy Baseball. Today we are looking at wildcard races, playoff pictures, but mainly we want to start off by talking about the Sunday League Fantasy League and Kale's disastrous week, Casey's collapse.
I'll say,
and
you
just
can't
give
call
you
mine
guys
disastrous.
an update.
For my life, for my livelihood, it's disastrous.
That's
But-
more what I was talking about. For your mental health, it's pretty disastrous.
Oh, it's gone.
So, Kale, why don't you just hop into it?
Well, this week, let me start off by saying if I would have won this week and next week, I would have been in third. Had an easy road to the championship round. But instead, I score. Actually, let's just show the. So in last place of this week comes shocker, Ethan, 290 points. Second place is Turner's Testicles, which is Chance. He played Ethan, so 683. That man had like 5 starters on the bench this week, I think. So he would have had a better week. Then it gets rough because Casey tried his hardest, and he got 8. Nope, hold on. 7. He got 12 more points than Chance. 695 points against Blue Ratios, which is Thomas, 817.5. Those are the high scores of the week, right? Nope. Then there's me, 875 points. Every other week I win, except this week. King Hezbollah at literally the last pitch that he could have won the points.
Yep.
Gets 17 points from Camilo Duvall, who's blown 4 saves in a row, and gets 888.5 points, and beats me with a buzzer beater. I felt like the Utah Jazz with Michael Jordan. Just never going to win anything. All-stars all over the place. 2 Hall of Famers. And yet nothing.
Who's your Hall of Famers?
Should I list them off? Freddie Freeman.
Oh, okay. You got Kershaw, don't you?
Probably Kershaw. Probably Carroll. I know it's a little. I know it's rookie, but kid's a dog. Shohei Ohtani. Clayton Kershaw. Zach Littell. No, I'm just kidding. Max Fried probably won't, as much as I hate to say it. Spencer Strider.
Oh my god.
So
I've heard it all.
If he stays healthy, okay.
Yeah, my life is in shambles. So don't text or call me for the next week. I'll be crying in a pit of despair.
Yeah, we're sorry for your loss.
Hey, at least it wasn't the championship game.
That's true.
And
you
it
can
wasn't
still
the
get
playoffs.
back at James.
Yeah, and it wasn't the playoffs. Better happen now than later.
Yeah, I think you now guarantee a matchup with James in the second round of playoffs. So,
well, I have
taking down there. That would cut a lot deeper.
I have the 3rd most points in the league by a large margin. I'll pass Casey this week, so that'll be fun.
So you'll be second then.
Yep.
And who's got the 4th?
And Blue Ratios, who's in second, and I'll be in 4th with a 9 and 11, whatever it's called.
Record.
Oh, good. Bobby Witt Jr. got us still today. That's fun.
Case, you want to share about our week? Or I can share a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll share from both perspectives.
So, Casey and I faced off. So, for Kale to get the 3rd spot in playoffs, Casey needed to lose out and Kale needed to win out.
Mm-hmm. And he needed to score more points.
And to score more points.
Inevitable.
Which was going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much was going to happen. So, to start off the week, I think Monday had an average day. We were pretty close. Tuesday had an average. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday that Wednesday's when the disaster happened? Okay, so Tuesday had a kind of average day. I think Casey was up like 20, 30 points on me. And then Wednesday, I was like, oh, this is great. I've got 4 starters going. This will be perfect. One of them was Shohei Ohtani, who didn't get out of the second inning because he tore his UCL. Fantastic. Who was also supposed to be one of the big pieces I added at the deadline to get me through the playoffs and hopefully win a championship. So that's huge dagger. The rest of my pitchers that day do absolutely nothing. Don't even break 20 points. One of them got, I believe, negative 9.5 for me. So at that point, I'm down like 150 to Casey, and I think I have no shot to win this. So I'm almost. I mean, I was sending messages in the group chat saying, "Good week, Casey. Like, congratulations on the win."
Real quick, as y'all do, because y'all know that jinxes are a real thing, and y'all are all scumbags.
That was not my mental state at the time, knowing Shohei Ohtani, one of the better pitchers in fantasy at the time, was out for the rest of the year, was absolute agony. So I was just writhing in pain inside, thinking my season's over. I lost last week by a pretty good margin. Thought I was going to lose 2 in a row. Thought I was just going to coast my own way into the playoffs and see ya after the first round. But then Thursday or Friday comes around, and Casey kind of has the same thing happen, of maybe not with an injury, but his pitchers just kind of crapped the bed, to say the least. And all my guys just kind of showed up. So I ended up beating Casey, even with Felix Bautista, who also just went down with a UCL injury. Who was my second closer, well, technically first closer. So now I have one closer in a 2-reliever league, which is great going into the playoffs. But I ended up pulling out was it 200-point win?
Yeah.
Let's pull up the final score was 817 to 695.
Real quick, can we talk about? I have 2 closers as well in a 2-closer league. Thomas has 1 now. James has 6.
Yeah, I don't know what James is thinking, but I'm kind of scared because you never know what's going through that man's mind.
Nothing.
But it just always somehow works out for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
next year we're having. If we don't, I will not be on this podcast anymore. We're having a fine if you don't have all your roster spots filled.
Yeah.
If it's like $2 a week, I'm fine with that.
I like that.
James will pay the fine and not care.
Yes,
100%.
And I'm fine with that because whoever doesn't pay we all split it.
True.
How are we gonna split $2 through 6 people?
Every 2 times, 2 times 25.
Yeah.
That's 50, bud.
Yeah. Just add that on the winnings. Anyways, so that's kind of the fantasy landscape at the moment. So, Kale, I don't know if you want to kind of go over any pickups or anything going into playoffs that you're kind of eyeing, or anyone that you're looking at that might be a good pickup for maybe in leagues that are a little bit deeper than ours, or anybody that might be able to help people out and get over the hump. I've got a couple guys that I've been looking at, but mainly just because of my current situation. But if you have anyone to add.
Yeah, I've got 2. I actually picked them up. I picked them both up this week. But Graham Ashcraft is starting to look like he's coming back around.
Yeah.
And the Cincinnati Reds, who knows what they'll do, but I mean he should have gotten through the 7th inning today, but he got pulled out. 5 Ks, 2 earned runs, 7 hits. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's been pretty darn good, and that's without the win. He got 26 and a half. Mm-hmm. And my second one, who I just had to drop to pick up a pitcher for today, is that Zach. Is it Gelof or Geloff?
Geloff. I think it's Geloff.
Okay, for Oakland. Yeah. He's been stroking it.
Yeah, he's been
I really hate it. But I got Ozzy coming back hopefully tomorrow, so I don't need a second baseman anymore. Mm-hmm. So I had to drop him. But he got me 31 points in 6 days. So
that's solid.
Yeah.
Very solid. Yeah. I think for me, there's a couple guys that I've been kind of eyeing. A couple guys that like in our league and shallower leagues that are probably just streamers. But streamers still help, and guys that you can pick up and just get some bonus points for the week. Cole Reagans from Kansas City. I believe he was a part of the I could be wrong, but I believe he was a part of the Chapman trade. But in his last 2 starts, he has gone 6 innings in both, one with 9 Ks and the other with 11 Ks. So he's been very, very hot, lights out for the, a bright light in the darkness that is the Kansas City Royals this year. So he's definitely a guy that I'm going to be eyeballing just to kind of get some extra points as we go through the rest of the year. And then a guy that's kind of on the fence for me, I know me and you have talked about him a little bit just throughout the year, has been Kyle Gibson. He's also, by the way, Cole Reagans is 44% rostered among fantasy leagues, and then Kyle Gibson is 49%. Kyle Gibson's kind of been that steady anchor, I guess you could say. He's not going to kind of go crazy, although in his last start he went 8 innings with 8 Ks, so that's a pretty solid week. But Kyle Gibson's kind of been that consistent workhorse for you over the pretty much the whole year. He's had a couple starts here and there that haven't been that great, but for the most part, he's been pretty consistent. And also same with Brian Bayo from Red Sox, from Boston. He's kind of been that steady anchor with a couple hiccups here and there. So those are my 2 guys or 3 guys, I should say, as far as like going into the end of the year and kind of if you're looking to make a couple ads to push yourself over the edge in your fantasy league and kind of make a playoff push, those would be the guys that I'd be looking at. Case, you got anybody?
Don't ask me about streamers because I suck with them. So honestly, not really.
Not really. No. Yeah. Well, that's all we got as far as fantasy wise. But let's go ahead and jump into the MLB. I think a big topic is kind of what we were talking about a few minutes ago with my internal pain and internal suffering would be the Shohei Ohtani injury. It's bad for baseball, bad look for the Angels 100%, but also with the more information we're getting about it, also does not look that great for Shohei and his party as well. So I want to kind of hear you guys' thoughts on that as far as like, not refusing to get a scan on his arm and not really, giving up, which, I mean, you love to see the competitiveness in a guy, but also, you want a superstar like that to be taking care of himself.
I actually love it, especially because it's going into his contract year. A lot of guys would have just set out. The guy, I mean, you can't take away the guys wants to be competitive. I mean, he is competitive. He wants to be he wants his team to be competitive. He wants to win. I don't know how much that's going to factor into his decisions this offseason. But I mean, he's come back from arm issues. He had his arm issues early in his career over here.
He's already had one Tommy John.
And I think that was more to or whatever. They made me wait 4 hours, so I'm dead tired. More so towards like the culture change, and then because he was over there, he was playing right field sometimes. He was playing every day, and then once you see it, these past 2 years, he's played every day. They switched the philosophy. It's like you're not ever sitting out, and he's been healthy mostly all the time.
Yeah,
except for this one big one. But have they come out with like the extent of the UCL tear?
No, not yet.
Not that I've seen, at least. It's a partial tear. They haven't really told you the full details. So
yeah, so I mean, we don't know if he needs Tommy John yet. Yeah. Which most of the time, if it's a UCL tear, you need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I respect it. I shouldn't say I like it because I mean we want to see him pitch and hit.
Right.
But I love the competitiveness and saying, listen, I'm gonna run it till the wheels fall off, and his arm fell off. So, but he's still raking, and he stole 2 bags yesterday, so he's still competing. We'll see.
The thing I want to maybe bring up is obviously to your point of him already having Tommy John before, and we know that he's got this competitive attitude and all that, but at the same time, going back to the part of him not wanting to get the scan, maybe what he was feeling was not what he felt before, and so he's like, well, this isn't what I felt before. I don't think it's that serious. I can kind of push through the pain. It can't be that bad, obviously, until it really got to the point, obviously, to this last start
Right.
of tearing it and everything. We don't know how long it's been teared or torn, or I should
There you go.
whatever. Yeah,
Nailed it.
how long it's been torn. But
I
yeah,
apologize.
that maybe that has something to play with it too. Of maybe not him just not being so honest, but in a way of just he didn't think it was anything serious.
Yeah.
Honestly, so
Yeah, and honestly,
Sorry about that. James didn't believe that we're doing the podcast, so I had to prove to him.
Yeah, and I
tell
think
him to join.
I think
I
another
did.
thing could be like kind of what you were saying of like
Mm-hmm.
he could have been refusing scans before because he knew it didn't feel right, and then that one start he felt something that early and was like, yeah, I'm done, because he realized, oh, this is what actually just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of neither here nor there, but still like is a difficult thing to bear.
Yeah,
especially for
it's
Angels
it's a could have been amazing. Could have. I mean, and honest to God, this isn't worst case scenario. My opinion. I mean, and people who are saying he automatically loses $100 million.
He does.
I mean, but I just don't. Like that's unfair.
He does.
If I'm a general manager, and this guy couldn't get through 6 because he was literally cramping every game because he's literally giving his all. How many guys? I mean, shoot. Clayton Kershaw gets injured. His arm gets injured every third week, and they still love him. I mean, how much money did he get this
but not
offseason?
$600 million
Yeah.
worth.
But are we saying he's not going to have the biggest contract of all time?
I don't think so anymore, because you're going to give $600 million to a glorified DH.
I don't want it because he can play. I've seen him play at right field. He can be a Gold Glove right fielder.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to pitch, well, let's be honest. Listen, you're fast,
too, but you ain't gonna get 600 mil.
No, I'd be lucky to get six baseballs.
6 free mini golf balls.
I'll take that. Put Miller Lite on that thing, and I'm in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because Big Papi is the greatest DH of all time. I mean, that we've probably ever seen, and his contract was nowhere near $600 million.
But
Ohtani's never even played a postseason either, so you can't. I mean, once that whole other side of him pitching, that's really got to. Because to me, he's not even like a Mike Trout hitter. Healthy Mike Trout, hitting wise, is better than a Shohei Ohtani hitting.
Shohei Ohtani steals bags. He can play defense if you want him to, and I forgot where I was going with that one. I'd argue Shohei Ohtani's, and I think Mike Trout's the best player of all time. But these past 3 years, I mean, it's been tough.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the best anymore.
And he's injured.
Golly, where I was going.
I don't know.
I think he needs to be a closer. If I'm honest,
Money,
I could see that. I mean,
and if he does, now I'm saying if he were to ever pitch again, yes, he's worth that much money.
100%.
Closing wise, long relief, starting, whatever. A guy that pitches every 7 to 8 days rather than 5 or 6,
right.
He's worth that. If he can get you innings on the mound, he's worth that much money. But if he's not, other than this year, he's really broken out from a hitting perspective. But I don't think he alone, as a hitter, deserves $600 million or more. I don't even think he deserves 500.
I mean, yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't think any just hitter deserves that much money.
I don't think he's ever gonna, unless for the next 5 years. I don't think he's gonna sign with a team that won't let him pitch and hit.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at his stats over the last 3 years, this year has been by far his best. However, 2 years ago in 2021, he hit 46 home runs and batted .257. Last year, he hit .273 with 34 home runs. This year, he's hitting .305 with 44, and it's August.
Yep.
So for me, it's the combination of both, because you guys know I love Matt Olson. The listeners know I love Matt Olson. If Matt Olson was hitting 300 or hitting 305, he would be way more higher on my list with as many home runs as he has.
Mhm.
So for me, like Shohei's showing he can hit for power, he can hit for average. He is
Still bags.
steel bags. He's ultimately the 5-tool player you want. If he does end up not pitching anymore, but does end up starting to play defense, whether it's right field, whether it's center field, whatever, he still has that value. Do I think he's worth 600, even 500 million? If he's not pitching, no. But if he is pitching, like you said, even if it's just every 7 or 8 days, or if he's on like an innings limit where he can't go past 5 innings, I still think he's worth it because he's one of the better pitchers in the league. Do I think he's the best pitcher in the league? No.
I'd say he's top 10.
I'd say he's an A tier to maybe S tier pitcher, but
He's an A tier.
if he's not doing both, I don't think he's worth that much money. But his hitting has improved incredibly, and he's showing that this year.
The biggest thing for me is we gotta think. I mean, you gotta think of from a team's standpoint of the amount of money that man brings in.
Mhm.
He's the most loved player in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
And and it's not really working out, but we'll see. Fernando Tatis, he got how much money? All these shortstops this year got how much money?
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, except for Dansby, he deserved
but
it. Just 'cause
a shortstop is a premier position. I think a shortstop, a catcher, and a center fielder should be your 3 most highest paid players on the team.
it depends, yeah, but
Catcher?
Yeah. Without a catcher, I mean, you're nothing.
Oh, if you like, there might be 5 elite catchers in the league right now.
Yeah. And I think they deserve.
I mean, granted, in the grand scheme of life,
Yeah.
all of them. You know what I mean? But I'm saying the 1%, the 1%.
Yeah.
Realmuto, Sean Murphy's up there this year.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see in the future. I think I've loved him. I've loved him since he came up a little bit after what's it like the date after where you can't be a rookie that year, like Chris Bryant did it. I don't know what it is. He came up that year, did pretty good, and the next year he his defense. I'll take 25 home runs from him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just stupendous defensively.
25 home runs for a catcher is.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey could tell you. I've been saying this for years. I want my catcher to lead my pitching program, throw guys out, and if you strike out 250 times a year, I don't care. But if you hit me 25 home runs, I'm fine. I don't care what your batting average is. As long as I want you to be swinging for the left foul pole if you're right-handed. I want you to be swinging for the out of the park.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Anyways, back to the Shohei discussion. I mean, I think the big takeaways, the big keys to look at, obviously we know he's a competitor. We saw that in the WBC without question.
Dang it, that was my point. Yeah.
I think about him closing.
Well, and I think and yes, it was a small portion size,
right?
But dude, I'm telling you that him against Trout was electric.
Yeah,
and I think he proved it doesn't matter the big stage. I mean, that whole tournament he was raking.
100%.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he just wants it.
Yeah, he lives for it.
Yeah,
and he's not this angry, mean competitor and stuff like that. Literally, my favorite clip of him is him and his translator were talking to the umpire. And the pitcher on the other team needed a ball, and he grabs it out of his pocket and throws it to him.
Yeah.
Does that little number.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most lovable players in the league right now, if not all time. I would say all time. But I don't know. I think, for me, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way at the timing of it, especially, the Angels are now 9 or 10 games out of the playoffs. Clearly not making a push anymore. They made some moves, and I said I respected it at the deadline. Do I think it's not really panning out? Obviously, but I think it's for him. It's and I can't attest to him specifically because I'm not him. Obviously, I wish I was. But at some point, you got to say, okay, I've been giving my all this season. I've been literally breaking my back and giving my entire body for this. It's not going to work out. I need to kind of dial it back. At some point you have to make that decision, especially knowing I'm on the cusp of signing the largest
Mm-hmm.
contract in all of sports history. Like literally going to break every record that there is. Like you gotta kind of think about that at some point. And I don't know if it was just too late for him to think about, but I wish he would have, kind of just selfishly. And I hate to see it happen the way it did, but I also people come back from Tommy John all the time, so I think he definitely will pitch again, but to what capacity is the big question.
Can real quick, can James join while we're live?
Yeah, sure.
I thought so. I mean,
Hop on in, James.
it says he sent me a picture of blank screens. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. If it doesn't let him, it doesn't let him. Anyway,
maybe next year.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of all I've got on that. We can talk about the other Angels injuries. One thing I want to note is I picked up a pitcher, Chase Colin Silseth, something Silseth, starts with a C. He's cruising, has a good start, going through 3 innings, and then for some reason, the catcher for the Angels, I don't know who it was, decides to throw a back pick.
Back.
He decided to throw a back pick to first after the runners on first and second had stolen. There's no one at first. Why is he throwing it there? Then for some reason, the first baseman decides to throw it to third
Through his head.
Nails this man in the temple and knocks him out of the game. So that was
the funniest part about it was like when it first hit him, he was like, "What happened? What happened?" Oh crap! My head is split in half.
He imploded. But
yeah, it's James said it's saying resolving host. ... question mark.
I have no clue what that means.
Well, sorry, buddy.
Sorry, bud.
Go back to sleep. Yep. Go back to TikTok.
Phone's away.
Yeah, but
yeah, that was crazy. That's kind of like the Yankees today. Like I said that. I mean, it's just like a circus.
Yeah. Did you watch that game? Like I know you were watching until Rodon got taken out and stuff because
I watched most of it. Yeah.
Did you see the Randy situation at the end when the bench is cleared?
What's your take?
What's your 2 times? So I saw a stat. They hit us 12 times in this series. We hit them twice. As a Rays fan, obviously, I mean they hit Isaac Paredes in the dome today.
Yep.
And like I said, 12 times in a 3-game set. And we only respond twice. I understand that maybe we are looking ahead to try and make a push to win the division, so we can't have guys getting thrown out of games. We really need guys with Randy and all that kind of stuff to be present in every single game. But as a fan, I wanted more. Like, I want more from Kevin Cash. I want more from the organization. Now, I wasn't able to watch the rest of the game, so I didn't even see the benches clearing and stuff.
Drinking Mai Tais and stuff on the beach, yeah.
Yeah, I was drinking pina coladas and stuff. But yeah, from what I saw from like the replay and everything, it looked like obviously Randy got drilled again, which they drill him every single time we play them. He gets drilled at least once in the same spot in the ribs, so at least it's in the ribs. But I mean, enough is enough, and I think Randy showed today is enough is enough. But obviously you were watching it, so I kind of want to hear your take from it.
Yeah, no, I'm big on. Well, I'll start off by saying I think it has a lot to do with philosophies of teams. Where I think y'all want to throw it hard and stuff like that, but I don't remember ever seeing like y'all as being a big walk team. You know what I mean? Like y'all have pretty good control. Yeah. Thought y'all's and Yankees. Who God knows what they teach over there.
Nothing.
But like, I'm a big. I believe in like retribution. Like if you hit our guy, we're gonna hit your guy. Vengeance. And not everybody likes that, and this is where I think. I don't even care about Kevin Cash anymore. He's never gonna have nuts to do anything.
Yeah.
So this is where I think, and that's why I like Zach Littell because he's a bulldog. Remember when he like cussed out Kapler when he was with San
Mhm.
Francisco. He
Yeah.
didn't want to come out. I love that stuff from a pitcher. I want that bulldog. Don't you dare take this ball away from me.
Yeah.
To an extent. I mean, always to an extent. If you're getting blown up, get off the mound. But where I don't think y'all have any leadership, especially from a pitching standpoint in the bullpen, because a lot of times that doesn't come from the manager.
Yeah.
Hey boys, let's have our guys back.
Yeah.
And especially now where pitchers don't hit, people say all the time like, oh, why would you hit them? You're not hitting. You're having your boys back. And I don't know, like, and I heard Brandon Lau's comments.
Mm.
I
What did
agree
he
to an
say?
he said it's the last place team that's out of it facing a contender. And kind of what you said with like, we need our team. We can't be like they're nobody to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
trying to get
and-
under
trying to
oh
get a
gosh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh, he's awake.
Welcome to the pod, James.
All right, shut up, James.
It's about to get real.
Oh gosh.
But
Real
I think
stupid.
Oh my goodness.
I think you have to. I don't care. Like, and as Aaron Judge is another one of those guys like Shohei we're talking about.
Yeah.
I hate the Yankees, but dadgum if I don't love Aaron Judge.
Yep.
But you got to hit him. I mean, not in the head, not in the anywhere they get, but hit him in his ribs, right up under the armpit, and go on first base.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. You got to do that, like, because 12-2 is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hit. I don't care if Aaron Judge is 0 for 0 with 4 hit batters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to do it. And two, let's be honest, you'll probably win most of those games because who else is going to score runs for that team?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
Absolutely.
Not a
Dadgum.
soul.
I don't even know what team we're talking about, but nobody.
Shit, I'd probably say you were the Marlins, but no, I know you're talking about the Yankees. Marlins can't score nothing.
Oh my goodness.
I chose
James,
Marlins
how you
today,
doing?
boys.
James,
Yeah,
how you doing?
yeah.
Welcome
Listen,
to the
Well-
I already told them we're a little hydrated, from our pre-recording activities. We've been sitting here. We're definitely sleep deprivated.
Dude,
Or
I'm
deprivated,
sleep
whatever.
deprived. What the heck is
Deprived, there it
deprivated? Deprived.
Listen, I graduated college. Okay, that's all that matters. I don't need any more knowledge.
barely.
You ain't lying about that.
Barely.
Hey, I got a 4.0 my senior year, so suck it.
Yeesh.
Proud of you.
Granted, I had to because I had like a 1.5.
That's
But
cat.
Hey, you also had to try it with the Rangers. We'll give you your credit.
I did.
we
Mom,
Meatloaf!
send the email.
Well, the Rangers
Release the
probably could have
tapes.
used scale the past few weeks because they
Listen.
are
Yeah.
ice cold.
Struggling.
Yeah.
You ain't
Let's talk about that. That
Will
is
Smith?
like
My neck.
Hot.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Meatloaf!
No, they were talking about the Rangers.
Get her on the pod.
That's right.
Mom's
She'll
gonna
send
make
y'all the
me-
email.
Send it to the Sunday League. We'll post
Yeah.
it.
Please, we'll post it. We'll put it on the Instagram.
Shoot, I probably have it
not
somewhere.
lying.
Not
We're a
lying.
bunch of
We're not gonna
dogs,
lie.
no cats.
Yeah, James should have made it, but
Oh my goodness.
you were the chosen one.
So anyway, so the Rangers jump in here. So let's talk about this. So the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we talked, the Mariners were 3 games back?
Yeah.
They were 3 games
But-
back, and they were in sole possession of a wild card. Since
Yeah,
then,
third wild card spot.
the Rangers are 1-9 in their last 10 games.
Yep.
Hopefully the mic can hear that. And the Mariners are 9-1 and have now taken sole possession of the lead in the AL West and have a
Hey.
1-game lead on both Texas and Houston.
Here's a stat for y'all. That came up on my
Let's hear
feed
it.
today. The Rays started, what was it? I think it was 34-14. The Mariners'
Mhm.
last 50 games are 35 and I think 15.
Yeah. So they're just as hot.
They are.
I mean, my math may be wrong there, but they are getting hot.
My math is math, and if you
This-
ask
I
me,
mean,
this sound-
the Rays
sounded
can't.
actually
I mean,
hot.
some Rays players can't do math either. But hey, I ain't saying anything.
I also can't speak English.
Yeah. Oh God, what are we doing here?
Yeah. No
Just
complaint.
kicked out.
Golly, boy.
That's top tier. I'm not even gonna lie. That was so top tier. It took me like half a second.
It took me a minute to get- I was like, "What are you
This
talking
math.
about?"
Come to Tampa. We'll
How
show
mu-
you some
how
real
much
math.
is
what,
14?
what are numbers? You know?
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah. All I see is zeros.
Everyone's legal.
He's liberal, huh?
So, anyways,
Looking out for minors. Not
Hope
just
you're innocent,
minors
though.
on the hook.
all right. So, what's the bigger story? The Texas collapse or Seattle red hot?
Oh, Seattle for sure.
Yeah.
Seattle
I disagree.
You think
That
Rangers?
starting rotation is legit.
Yeah.
For who?
Yeah. It's,
Uh,
yeah.
Rangers.
Seattle.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So they're finally showing their true colors, is
Yeah.
what you're saying, Kale.
George
Yeah.
Kirby is
Yeah.
breaking out this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
He is a
Oh,
dog.
dude,
Dude,
ever since, and I can't remember who it was somebody that I kind of respect as like a baseball, not analyst, but
Fantasy.
he said George Kirby's basically like Greg Maddux that throws 95.
Yeah.
He doesn't walk
I was
anybody either.
Oh my
Throws 100.
Lanta.
He throws 100.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but on average,
He's going, pew, pew, pew.
I don't know if I was going with that.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
I
they
think,
have a solid rotation.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think the big spark plug is 100% Julio Rodriguez actually
Yeah.
getting going
100%.
because he
Yeah.
started the year so cold, and I
And
think
he's at the top of the lineup now.
yeah, he's
Mhm.
one of those players that like if this guy's doing bad, you're gonna do bad, but if this
Yeah.
guy's doing good, your whole team's gonna follow.
He's
He's the Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
he's like an Acuna. Like I'm saying, because that top of nowadays, Acuna, Mookie Betts,
Yeah.
guys who bat the top of the lineup and can get you either.
Yep.
Shoot, there's nothing to
Yanni
better than
Diaz.
The
yeah.
table setters, the guys who get
Yeah.
on base for people.
We
around you.
don't endorse punching Judies on this
Yanni.
podcast.
Yanni.
Slap dicks to right field. Yeah,
Hey, that man's got 18.
not that kind of not kind of no, not too soon. But like guys that can like a leadoff home run is electric.
Yeah,
You know, get you on the board fast.
100%.
Yeah.
Marcus Semien.
Electrifies.
Yeah.
Just shut up,
Lineup.
Casey.
Yeah, just naming off his fantasy team.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, Lamont Wade Jr.
Late night Lamont, come on. All right, so do you guys think Seattle holds on for the division rest of the way?
Nope. No.
And who takes it? The Rangers.
Houston. I'm sticking with it. Houston. Houston gets hot at the end and takes it. Because, hey, if you looked at it, Seattle's got to play, I think, Texas twice at the end of the season and then Houston. I think Houston has a little bit better schedule, but Seattle's got to jump through some hoops.
Yeah, and
to hold
freaking
on that one spot.
Alex
That is gonna
Bregman
be a
turned into
hot-
Hank Aaron.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean they've 100% gotten hot at the absolute perfect time.
They got to stay hot.
Now,
I think
that's the thing, yeah,
I think they're locked, and this is probably stupid because I'll probably lose the next 10, but I think they're locked for a wild card spot now.
oh yeah,
It could be.
yeah. I mean, looking at let me check the wild card standings.
Because I think
Wild
they're
card
all
standings,
close.
They would have a 4-game lead on the wild card right now, above Toronto and Boston. So I mean,
Yeah, Boston and Toronto have both been struggling.
yeah. At
Yeah,
the
James
moment,
Paxton forgot how to pitch.
yeah. At the moment, I would almost say that they're a lock, but I think Casey's looking at their remaining schedule.
Yeah, so Houston has the 21st,
Don't care.
has the 21st easiest schedule for the rest of the season.
Ski up.
Seattle has the 10th hardest,
There's
and
Texas, right?
Texas has the 6th.
Giving you
hardest.
hell, boys.
So,
I got my partner now.
so yeah, it's going to
Where's
be
the
tough
dog?
for everyone, but
I'm gonna be honest, Casey. Didn't hear a word you just said.
yeah,
We're
Just
kinda
know-
used to it.
Just know it's going to be a tough race for
Yeah.
the AL and the
Oh, yeah.
NL
And the
wild
NL.
card.
Yeah,
Both
I mean,
of them
I
I'm
remember-
excited for.
'cause-
I remember saying a couple episodes ago that I was excited to see Texas and Houston duke it out the rest of the way, and didn't even think about
Yeah.
Seattle being
Making
in
a
this position.
surge.
and they have completely turned it around. So that is
Yeah.
super cool to see. Also,
Yeah.
side note, they have the exact same record home and away. They're 37-28 at home, 37-28 away.
That's consistent.
They're just consistent.
Dang.
So
Mariners, is it still T-Mobile?
God.
T-Mobile Park,
Like a fat kid, it came.
I mean, it's not it's not an easy stadium to play in. Like,
oh no,
up there in that terrible weather, godforsaken twilight weather.
yeah.
Jacob.
Starbucks in the ballpark.
A bunch of liberals doing God knows what.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Do y'all think? Do y'all
Not to
think
get political. Freaking doing heroin and crap. Portland.
Hey, here's another thing. Hey, here's another thing. See, now with Seattle getting hot, I know we talked about it last episode, but does this intensify Ohtani going to Seattle? I know his market went down with the whole UCL strain. He won't get as much, in my opinion. But does that move him to Seattle as mostly a hitter?
Million.
And please, can we talk about if we should make Ohtani a closer? Not we, but like, should he become a closer?
we
some dogs.
I thought about that today, and I forgot.
I've been saying that since day one. I grew up watching Cal State Fullerton. Hey, first baseman, get on the mound, big dog. 300-pound. Yeah, you hit 2 home runs this game. Yeah.
Get on the mound. Close this out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But anyways, James, to answer your question, we've already talked about that. We think
we did talk about the Mariners though.
We will eventually get on the train, but I think the Mariners, as long as the Mariners don't have a crazy collapse at the end and miss out again, I think the Mariners move way higher on his list than I think they were.
Oh yeah,
and even though they were one of the top, they were like top 3 teams when he first came over.
Yeah. But I still think, and this is all speculation. I don't know if they were quite willing to let him pitch and hit. Like I said, I think he wants to do both. I know he did when he came over here, but they're kind of like the Philadelphia Phillies in NL. That is not a team that you want to face with that pitching staff. That is not. And I saw something the other day with random. Phillies get Michael Lorenzen to give like Wheeler and Nola some, extra days off and stuff. That's huge. Yeah.
And Turner's getting hot.
Gosh,
that team.
There's just ovation. I hate Philadelphia, but dadgum if that standing ovation wasn't tough.
That turned his like season around.
460 and since the ovation. I'm like,
try to get him from Chance too. Yeah, let's talk about this. I sent Chance, you having a kid? Let me help out. I'll send you some money for diapers and crap. Didn't do a thing. You think I did that out of the kindness of my heart? No. I wanted some players.
Oh my gosh.
My question was going to be, do y'all think that the Rays could jump the order?
I already know where you're going with that, and I don't think
so. How far are they back?
2 games back. They have a 4-game set in Baltimore coming up in 2 weeks, and that's the last time they play each other.
Because of what we talked about earlier with the culture.
In Baltimore.
Not at the Trop.
Not a chance.
I think we get swept.
Not a chance, but
yeah, you lost.
Or not a chance.
I say Baltimore still holds it out.
Yeah, well, is there? No.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might come
playground
down
around.
What'd you say?
Is there a playground around that stadium? You're screwed.
I think Baltimore holds on, but I think it might be one of those things where it comes down to the last game.
Yeah,
mainly because of Felix going down. I think if he doesn't come back, I think that's going to be a bit of a dagger to that clubhouse. Not that that's going to ruin their season completely, because obviously they've got Cano who could probably close out games just as good, if not better. But I mean, that's a guy who potentially could have won a Cy Young as a closer, like was having that great of a season, losing a guy that.
I think they got young arms. Like I think they can bring up D.L. Hall, and put him in the bullpen.
You guys think he would have won or had the opportunity?
I don't think he would have, but opportunity.
I
would have been top 5.
Yeah, I would have given him some votes.
Because
we had like a 1.3 ERA.
Yeah, there has been a lot of pitchers that stand out to where they were. dominant.
Yeah, Garrett Cole in the AL is going to probably
Is
win it,
leading.
and
he hasn't been.
To me, it's not even been like a standout season.
No.
Yeah. But in his situation, it has been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
His stats
Because
are
the
a lot,
Yankees
but
suck.
Yankees can't.
Dude, I watched that game today. Speaking of that, every single batter on their roster was right-handed.
Yeah.
What
Oh, wow.
idiots. Cashman deserves to be castrated.
Aaron Boone's done.
Who was starting for the Rays?
Casey, hey, what's your profanity?
Littell.
Is he lefty?
No.
He's ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think
The only lefty they have is Rizzo and
Rizzo.
Cabrera. Oswaldo Cabrera. He played today.
He's switch hitter.
Oh yeah, he is. That's right.
Hold on.
They don't. I mean, they got Rizzo.
Still hurt?
Yeah, Rizzo.
Zach Littell was in my conference, and I got a hit off of him in high school. I just can't remember the name of the high school. They were in our conference.
Good day.
NC boy though. Oh.
I'll think about the end of this podcast.
I bet.
We'll figure it out.
They were these colors: yellow and green.
Sprite.
Eastern Elements. Nailed it.
Is that
First
home
try.
BK?
Geeking.
Shout out BK. Anyways,
What?
yeah, I think Baltimore holds on, but I think it'll be a close race the rest of the way.
I agree with that.
I think
I don't think they have
split
culture.
4-game set.
I
So
think
really not gonna get any.
I
that
think we
little
lose 3-1 or we get swept.
that little scuffle may have sparked a fire in the Rays today. I think.
I think
saw
they
a little-
do not give a rip.
We'll see what
I
Brandon
think it
Lau
was an
came out and
attempt
said.
to get the Yankees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the second baseman who's
He
like
pretty much just
5'8".
wrote it off.
Yeah, I didn't think Brandon Lau had that in him.
He doesn't.
Mr. Nice guy.
Oh,
Oh, we're not gonna take this to heart. We're
Yeah.
gonna last place. Get out of here. We're gonna
Yeah,
allow
so
you
for
to
your New
strike out
York
3 times a
Yankees,
game.
You fight them whenever you have a chance.
He has came up pretty clutch here recently. Now he's gonna get
He
get
went-
cold on the last day
He
of the
went yard
season.
against Rodon today.
But yeah, he hit a ball into the Ray tank today.
Casey,
Um,
you've been
I
wanting
put
to
net
trade
over it.
Brandon Lau for the last 2 years.
Brandon
I
Lau
still want to trade him.
sucks.
And Taylor Walls, right?
I want to trade him, Taylor Walls. I want to trade.
Margot
I'm okay with Margot, but I thought we could get some pieces for him.
in return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Y'all didn't
speaking
do
of that,
nothing.
Yeah, y'all
speaking
could
of
sign
that,
some,
we got
underage.
Savali. We got Savali and picked up a 14-year-old.
Yeah, and you gave her one of your best prospects, Curtis Mead. Oh gosh, maybe that's why Franco got in trouble.
Anyway,
Both sides now, huh? Batting from both sides.
God, that's funny.
Anyways,
He's a switch hitter.
All right,
next, the Central AL Central's pretty much a lock. Minnesota's starting to run away with it. They got a 6-game lead.
Yeah.
Seattle, they're leading.
That's
Let's
another
jump
pitcher
to-
staff.
Jump into the NL. Braves are 12 games up. That's pretty much a lock.
Shocker.
They lost
In the
today though.
Central- Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, Kale, you want to speak on that? On Duvall?
How are
getting
you
saved?
done it, you idiot, while you're watching TikToks? Lord knows what else.
No, I'm trying to sleep.
Well, hey, James, one thing you missed was we started off the show with Kale sharing his experience this week.
My 13th reason.
We wanted to.
Oh my
we wanna hear-
God!
We want to hear the other
Wait,
side
what?
of that story. So why don't you give us a little insight of what just happened?
Aside of my story for the week.
Yeah, for your fantasy week.
So
Yeah, the fact that you said, "Oh, I wasn't trying," picked up 8 pitchers.
no, I didn't say I wasn't trying. That's what Casey said. I did try this week. I did, but I thought of it from an analytical standpoint.
oh, here we
To
go.
where
That's from a fundamental
Ooh.
standpoint.
who who do I want to play first in the playoffs? And if I'm looking at the teams and what Kale added at the deadline, I don't want to play Kale.
Here we
I
go
don't-
again with this deadline shit. Crap.
So if I had to play between Kale or Casey, I would probably choose Casey. Casey has a couple hitters on the hitters on the IL, and he has a couple pitchers on the IL. So I'd rather play.
Nope, that's fine.
So I'd rather play Casey. So going into the week, we were kind of neck and neck. I had 2 big games, and it came down.
Actually,
to
I don't
wire.
care. No, I'm talking now. Logan Webb got me 4 points this week. Corbin Burns 17 points this week. Lance Lynn 19 points. Oh my gosh, I got heaters.
Listen, Listen, I had Camelo Duvall. He had negative 25.
Carmelo Anthony, yeah.
Carmelo.
What'd I say? I said Camilo.
You said Carmelo.
Oh,
You
whatever.
said Carmelo.
I had Duvall going all
Right.
week. He had negative 25 points. I mean, he kind of helped me out and, got me the win against the Braves. Yeah, who the Braves? Don't care.
Back up from me, right. Anyway,
So he got the save, and we were able. Not we, but I was able to pull out with the win by what was it, like 8 points,
something like that.
to secure the one spot. So now I may have to play Kale.
Y'all are giving my high blood pressure.
So now
Hey, we can still tie.
Popping
We
his
can
in.
still tie.
Triple
Yeah, but I
decker.
think my points are
your
way
points
higher.
are- Yeah, I've got like the least points in the league.
So I think the spot's kind of locked with 1 and 2. 3 and 4 could
all,
switch.
All of them are locked now.
They're all pretty
No?
much
Yeah.
locked.
Oh yeah, because
I
I
can't,
won.
I can't beat Casey.
Yeah, so all of them are locked. So it would be
If
me
Kale
and
won
Thomas
this
with
week,
a
it would be-
bye. Thomas would play Casper, and then Kale would play Chance.
No, they will play.
I'll
He'll
play
play Casper. Kale will
play
play
Chance.
Chance,
Yeah,
and
that's what you
then
said.
we will play the winners of those. No, you
Yeah.
said I would play Casper.
Oh, and then I would
Idiot.
play the lower seed.
Yeah.
And then Thomas would play
Which
the
will probably be
higher
Kale.
seed. Yeah, so I would play Kale again.
No
That's what
Chance. If you're listening, probably isn't.
I mean,
He's studying for dental homework.
yeah, I think Chance will start to play come playoff time.
He's kind of scary.
He's kind of sneaky.
I mean, he had a lot of pitchers sit this week. I mean, he only had to score.
Don't
290.
care.
He only had to score 290 because Casper has everyone on the IL. So
Listen,
But-
I'm just excited to see a Kale James matchup in the playoffs.
that's gonna be
I am
nice.
too.
It was either I play him in the semis or in the championship.
Dang.
See you in the championship.
Right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, whatever.
I was wondering when y'all were gonna catch that.
I just wasn't gonna acknowledge it. Seeing the ship, maybe.
All
Hey.
I say is
Hey,
the
Cano's on the
devil
block.
runs
I could
this
trade
world.
him.
No, you can't. We're
Yeah,
past the
yeah. What a
deadline.
freaking pickup! Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
So
you got your negative.
To go along with your 7 relievers.
Yeah,
Nah, I
James,
have 5.
James, why don't you walk us through your thought process there?
Yeah, yeah.
There
well,
is no-
Man, my
let's just
brain
actually no,
is
no.
huge.
I'm gonna lose freaking my Christian card.
What's there to talk about? I think
Why do you have 5? Why do you have 5 closers?
so.
Or 5
My
relievers.
my thought process is on the waiver
Crickets.
wire. On the waiver wire, there's not a lot of hitters that I like. So
Yeah, they're all on my team.
I did. I didn't think of getting. I mean, you guys know me. I think from a pitcher standpoint, of loading up on pitchers.
Yeah, because you pitched your whole life. Yeah.
And clearly it's working because I'm in first place. Just letting y'all know that.
Whatever.
So I actually have 3 hitters missing. So my thought process is,
Oh, shocker! Yeah, you have 37 pitchers. Oh, you can't pick up more hitters? That's crazy.
says someone who doesn't know how to count when they have 26 freaking players and a trade doesn't go through.
I had 25. You idiot!
No, if you had 25, it would have went through.
I know. I had 25. Picked
You
up another
had,
player.
and then you had a trade.
25 plus 1 equals 26.
Too many players.
So-
we know.
My thought process is,
And then you scanned me over 3 more times.
everyone
I'm
else,
telling you, I'm Shannon Sharp this week, baby. Y'all done woken up the beast.
everyone has like 2 to 3 closers. I have 5 with 3 hitters missing. So if you take away, I'm still maxing out year 2, but now I have 3 relievers taking the position of 3 hitters.
Where are
It's
you
the
gonna
dumbest
put
crap
them
I've
all?
ever heard.
Big brain. What?
Yeah, but when you have 7 pitchers go like you do every single day, where are you gonna put 5 relievers?
Not anymore. I checked my schedule. They're all separated.
Of course they are.
We're in business, baby. I
Don't
gave a
care.
quick call to the little GMs. Hey, you mind pushing Garrett Cole back? Hey, Chris Bassett, move him forward. It's working out perfectly for King Hasbuelas. I'm loving it. And I know Kale is stressing over there with the microphone. Just put it in your
Oh,
mouth.
there's zero stress anymore. Just
What was
pure
that big
devastation
sigh?
and depression.
I know you're scared.
My soul. That was my soul leaving my body.
Y'all pray for Kale. He needs it right now. He's struggling.
Just send him a
Kale
DM.
loses to James in the playoffs. he might be off the pot forever. He might disappear into the wilderness and never see him again.
Just wait till October 14th, and you might never see James again.
Oh, I won't tell a soul. Anyways, other topics. I mean, is there really?
Here's to Casey. Yeah, you have cyanide in your drink.
Oh my God! You gotta pull Oppenheimer. Give him the apple.
Oh.
Anyways, right now, quick look at playoff picture for the wild card AL. We've got Tampa, Texas, and Houston. Toronto's out, or Toronto's 2.5 out. Boston's 4.5 out. I mean, the Angels are only 10.5 back. They could still make a push. Phillies are pretty much a lock at this point. Chicago is half game up. Arizona's in. San Francisco's a 1.5 back, as well as Cincinnati. Miami has dropped to 3 games back. So I know last week we kind of gave our wild card predictions. Does anybody want to make any changes there?
Nope. Cubs are winning.
Yes. Marlins gave me hope and snatched it right from me.
I was going to say something way off the wall. I'm so sorry. I'll text to you.
David Robinson, no longer a closer.
Yep. I think for me, I'm sticking with, well, I had Seattle in the wild card. I still think Seattle doesn't win the division. I think they win a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So I think it's going to be Tampa, Seattle, and Texas in the AL wild card, with Houston winning the division. And then I think it's going to be Phillies, Cubs, Reds.
Ooh. I don't like
Sorry, Marlins. Because I had the Marlins at 3, so I'm going to kick them out and give it to the Reds. What's that face for, Kale?
I'm not proud of it.
Say it out loud.
Oh, anyways, moving forward, anybody else want to change their picks?
Yeah, I'm changing.
Sticking with you guys.
That's what's in the playoffs right now is what I chose. So
yeah, for Phillies, I'm keeping Cubs. I don't think they'll win the division. I think the Brewers will push that out. Cubs, I think they'll take the 2. As much as I want to take the Marlins,
you're just scared
out.
of being corny. I live my life on the Cobb. Okay.
What?
Just think about it.
Anyways, it's a corny joke.
So I am unfortunately. I mean, I want the Marlins to make it, but the way they've been playing, I don't see them pushing through and making a solidified 3rd spot. The 2 teams, it all depends. Maybe Arizona State. I think it's going to be between Arizona and San Francisco.
Yep. Go Sun Devils.
Arizona and San Francisco. I think Cincinnati and Miami won't make it, and I think it'll be them 2. Whoever gets hot at the right time will sneak in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what about yours?
Sticking with you guns?
I'm sticking with mine. I think Cubs are winning the division. Then Phillies, Milwaukee. I think I had Arizona.
Yeah. I like it. All right. Well, y'all got anything else? Anything to add?
Yeah. We're looking to fill 2 spots, me and James. So if you know baseball, and you can, cut out an hour and a half a week.
Hey, I just happened to be in Tampa, and we went and played Pop Stroke. I'm sorry.
Hey, how was it, by the way?
It was good. I beat Casey.
Don't care.
My life. It was said at
least
12 times.
Did she actually?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the second round.
Did she get in your face like last time?
Yeah. She's like, I hate this game.
Yeah, Casey got
I don't
absolutely.
know why we come here.
Casey got dunked on at Pop Stroke last time we were there. His wife or fiance, future wife.
That's right. Yeah, Casey, you want to take us through that?
A breakdown.
Just how
She
maybe
almost
how it
divorced
affects
you.
you emotionally or physically, or just like how close to her face she got.
That's why you came home.
I think that was directed at you.
Yeah. So the soon-to-be wife made a comment. We were at Pop Stroke, and apparently she kept lipping out. She couldn't.
Kept missing out on all her opportunities.
Yeah, she couldn't make a hole in one. It just kept going in and out, and she was getting fed up and everything. This can be cut, right?
Continue.
Go ahead. You got it.
And so
That's it.
yeah, you know, I guess
That
by a
blew up too many
whole
times.
18, it happened one more time, and she looked me dead in the eye,
Jumped
Yeah.
in the air.
looked me dead in the eye, said, "My life," like screamed it,
Screamed it.
and I mean, I was shocked
Casey's
because
face was like,
I was like, I'm part
That's
of that.
me.
Like, yeah. I mean, am I doing something wrong? I'm sorry, you can't putt.
that was amazing. And you said she did it again today?
At least 12 times.
She shot a
That would've
60 on an 18 hole.
That would have been fun to see. You know, maybe an invite.
Sorry.
Yeah, she shot a 60 on an 18-hole putt.
Granted, it was a difficult course. However,
I mean, I shot like 37.
I'm pretty sure the 35 was par.
I do have to give a shout out to my wife Dina. She won
Smoked
both games. She
Ooh.
smoked.
Shocker. She wears the pants of the family.
Anyways,
Don't you dare cut this out either.
shout out to Dina. Whatever. Anyways,
Me and
well,
James had to give y'all some crap.
hey, we're sorry we made you wait 4 hours. It's our fault.
It's okay.
It's
I
just
enjoyed it.
payback for the first episode when y'all couldn't figure out how to plug your mics in. Anyways,
No,
so that's all we got today.
I got a new laptop. I'm new and improved.
New and improved. Kale's made
I'm a
some jump.
brand new
We love
man.
James. Whatever. We're here. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Leave us a rating on Apple, Spotify. You can listen wherever you find your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at Sunday League Pod. Follow us on Twitter at Sun League Pod, even though I don't even think we've tweeted once.
No
Share with your
chance.
friends. Leave us some comments. Make sure you let us know what you like about us, what you hate about us, how much you think Kale just needs to
Go to
move to
counseling.
Florida. Kale needs to get some mental health
Relocated.
coaching and figure
100%.
some things out.
He said,
But,
Guantanamo Bay.
but that's all we got. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, gotcha. Peace.
All right.
Yeah, he talked for an hour and a half.
Love you.